Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. I am Rudwan Quwatli and I want to thank you. And may Allah reward you for taking the time to listen to today's lesson. I pray that your listening experience will be of benefit to you in this life and the hereafter.
All praise is due to Allah. Allah is worthy of all praise. We praise Allah for His beautiful names and attributes. He is the merciful, the mercy giver, the faithful, the forgiver. All praise is due to Allah. I bear witness there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah, the creator of heavens and earth and everything in between. And I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, the peace and the blessings of God be upon him, is Allah's final messenger to humanity. Loved ones, today is a day of joy, blessings, forgiveness, because today is the day of Friday. It's a great honor and it's a great blessing for us to be sitting in the house of Allah on this day. This day, Allah Azza wa Jal wants us to come to His houses. He wants us to come to His houses to honor Him, to remember Him, to show our love to Him. He says in the Quran, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا إِذَا نُودِيَ لِلصَّلَاةِ مِنْ يَوْمِ الْجُمُعَةِ فَاسْعَوْا إِلَى ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. O who you believe, when the call is initiated on the day of Friday, then come to the remembrance of Allah. We are sitting here to remember Allah. We know from that teaching of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the peace and blessings of God be upon him, that he said, whenever a group of people sit to remember Allah, the mercy descends on them. The tranquility envelops them. The angels surround them. And Allah speaks highly of them to the heavenly host. So let us be receptive and let us be aware of the environment in which we are sitting. We are sitting in the house of Allah where the mercy is descending. The tranquility is descending. There are angels sitting here hearing the dhikr. And Allah speaks highly of those who remember Him. Not only that, when we remember Allah, Allah remembers us. Loved ones, the experience of remembering Allah is an experience that should fill us with joy, with spiritual enhancement, with the feeling that we are closer to Allah. So we are not here just sitting as an act of formality. We are sitting here to increase in spirituality, to come closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God the glorified, the Most High, wants our human experience on this earth to be one of joy, one of blessing, one of prosperity and victory. Of course, that does not mean our life will be without difficulties, setbacks and challenges. But it means through placing our faith in Allah, we will be able to overcome difficulties, challenges and setbacks and enjoy the good life that Allah promised us in the Quran. God communicates to us in the Quran in so many verses that He wants us to have a good life, a life of joy, a life of prosperity and a life of victory. Allah promises in Surah Al-Nahl 1997, He says, من عمل صالحا من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن فلنحيينه حياة طيبة. Any believing man and woman who does good deeds, righteous deeds, we will make him live a good life. That is the promise of Allah. For our life to be good, loved ones, our thoughts have to be good. Our words have to be good. And our deeds have to be good. Loved ones, today I want to speak to you in this khutbah about our thoughts. Our thoughts are very important and valuable to us, and they could be very dangerous. Whatever we take to our minds has the tendency to grow there, and every one of us has the tendency to be like his or her thoughts. Therefore, a scholar has said, sow a thought, reap an idea. Sow an idea, reap a notion. Sow a notion, reap a whim. Sow a whim, reap an action. Sow an action, reap a practice. Sow a practice, reap a habit. And sow a habit, reap a character. Sow a character, reap a destiny. And it all starts from our thoughts. Therefore, loved ones, our thoughts are very important and valuable to us, and they could be very dangerous. Because whatever we take to our minds has the tendency to grow there, and we have the tendency to become like our thoughts. Our thoughts potentially can inhibit you from being the best you can be. Yes. Your thoughts potentially can inhibit you from being the best that you can be. Your thoughts potentially can help you to make decisions that will enhance your life. Your thoughts potentially can make you make decisions that will enhance your standing in eternity. Your thoughts might potentially make you make decisions that will make your experience in eternity more difficult. Your thoughts might cause you to make decisions that will make your life better or worse. So therefore our thoughts are very important to us. There's a commercial that asks, what do you have in your wallet? We need to ask ourselves not what we have in our wallets, what do we have in our minds? Where do we get our thoughts from? I'll try to answer this question before you, loved ones. We get our thoughts from ourselves. Some of our thoughts are internally generated. The guiding principles by which you live by, the convictions that you hold as true, your belief system produces in you thoughts, affects the thoughts that your mind generates. Therefore, it's very important for us to make sure that the belief system by which we live by, the guiding principles by which we live, the convictions that we hold as true must be healthy. Because if they're not healthy, they will affect our minds, and then we will be generating unhealthy thoughts. Thoughts that will keep us from the best we can be. But if our belief system is correct, the convictions that we hold as true are correct, the principles that we live by are correct, that will help us to make healthy and correct decisions. Also, loved ones, we get our thoughts from the environment in which we live. And I do not mean by the environment the locality in which you live or the neighborhood in which you live, because two people can be living in the same county, or rather in the same neighborhood, or in the same household, and each one of them lives in a totally different environment. Your environment is made out of the books that you read, the materials that you hear to, the radio stations that you tune your ear to, what you keep in your iPods, the CDs that you listen to, the TV stations that you watch, and the videos that you watch on your YouTube.